ॐ शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 14. Please read it.
अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्।
So the glories of Bhagavan, the moon, the Paramatma Tattva in the form of moon gives the nutrition to the food, and the one who digests the food in the stomach having the form Vaishvanara is also a manifestation of Bhagavad Sarupa. That means food is Bhagavad Sarupa. One who eats the food is Bhagavad Sarupa. This says, Shankara is going to tell us now, one who knows this truth always keeps in mind that the food is what Soma Rupa, Chandra, that is Bhagavad Sarupa. The one who eats, digests the food is Vaishvanara Bhagavad Sarupa. Such a person doesn't get tainted by the defects of the food. This is something very important as far as spiritual seekers are concerned. Anna dosha, defects of the food, not in terms of cooking and taste, not that way, or stale or something. Of course, stale also should not be eaten, but not that way. The means by which the provisions are procured, the one who cooks it, the attitude, all these count because subtle samskaras get connected to the food that way. And these samskaras can do a great damage to a spiritual speaker who eats that food. A very interesting example is given in the past. There was a Mahatma leading a life of asceticism, tapas, in the forest. A Grahastha devotee who knew him one day invited him for bhiksha, food at his home. Mahatma came, but he knew him, ate the food, and while serving the food, a silver tumbler was kept with the containing the water. After the food, this Mahatma took that silver tumbler, put in his bag, and returned. Half the way, he said, "What have I done? I have stolen this silver tumbler. I have not brought with his permission as such." So he was surprised. He said, "It is a theft." So he returned and apologetically returned the silver tumbler, saying that I took it away. But the householder knew the Mahatma. This Mahatma can never steal such things like this. How it has happened? He started inquiring. He found that day his wife had monthly pollution. You know, India it is there. Menstruation, that period is called a pollution period. She was in the monthly pollution. And as per the Shastras, such a lady is not supposed to cook, and that also for a Mahatma. It's a pollution. Now what to do? A Mahatma is coming for bhiksha, and food has to be ready. She found out and got a neighboring lady to cook the food. And that food was served. And they found that that lady was number one thief. Think of it. Her samskaras got transferred to this person. So, especially nowadays, no, 5-star hotels. So beautifully decorated the table. The one who cooks inside, Bhagwan knows. Even in hotels also. Unless it's the emergency. This is for spiritual seekers. So not but another thing. Suppose the provisions are procured by foul means, stolen, etc. That also will have the effect. Now here Bhagavad Bhashyakara says, one who knows the truth. The food is Soma Bhagavad Sarupa. The eater, Ayushanara, is Bhagavad Sarupa. Such a person doesn't get tainted or contaminated or get adversely affected by such annadoshas, defects of the food. Read Bhasya, Bhokta Vaishvanaraha Agni.
भोक्ता वैश्वानरः अग्निः भोज्यमन्नं सोमः तदेतद् उभयम् अग्निशोमौ सर्वमिति पश्यतः अन्नदोषलेपः न भवति.
So now, from what I have seen so far in the last 2 verses, this is what the fact is. Bhokta is Vaishvanaraha Agni. Bhokta, the one who eats. Who is a Vaishvanaraha Agni, fire. Bhojam means annam, food eaten. is Soma. Rasatmaka, Somo, Rasatmaka, Soma. Tadeta Dubhayam. Both these are what? Agni Shomao. Agni and Soma, that Sa because of preceding E has become Sha. Agni Shomao means Agni and Soma. Everything is so. See, this entire world is the bhogya of someone or bhogya of some bhokta. For example, now here, bhoga, of course, here bhoga is in terms of eating only as. For example, an animal, a deer, is bhogya for lions, tigers, etc. And human beings also must be eating. A human being body is food for who? Lions, etc. Eagles, they even lift this deer, etc. So that is the one who eats is Agni, and one what is eaten is Soma. So the one has got this Ubhayam means this understanding. Sarvamiti Pashyata. Entire Jagat in terms of Bhokta and Bhogya is Agni and Soma. For him, Anna Dosha Lepa Nabhavat. Lepa, anointment in the sense, connection, getting contaminated by Anna Dosha, defect of Anna is not. So one has to take very great care about this Anna Dosha as one proceeds on spiritual path. Eating anywhere and everywhere is not desirable. Further, the glories of Bhagavan, Kincha Sarva Iti. Further, the next verse 15 is introduced. Read the verse.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनञ्च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्
Aham sarvasya hridi sannivishtaha cha mattaha sarvasya smritihi jnanam apohanam cha and bhavati. Aham sarvaihi cha vedaihi vedyaha eva. Vedaihi vedyaha eva. Vedanta krit eva. Aham eva vedavit. Aham eva vedavit. So aham is aham Paramatma. It's Parameshwara. We have to say Parameshwara. Actually Brahman. But we are talking in terms of creation of all beings. It is that. Why? Because knowledge, memory, etc. are there involved, which are based on karma phalas. So Ishvara has to be brought here. Aham, me Parameshwara, and glories were of Parameshwara only, Bhagavan only. Aham, sarvasya hridi sannivishta. Sannivishta, residing, entering, abiding in Hridi. Hridi means here Buddhau, in the Buddhi Antakarana. Of all living beings, Sarvasya, from Hiranyagarbha onwards up to even insignificant creature, ant, etc. Sannivishta. Now question comes, you as Paramatma, Ishvara, Paramatma, Brahma, is all pervasive. For all pervasive entity, where is the question of entering somebody's buddhi? That is, it is in the sense of as their I. The I in them is me, and that Chidabhasa, reflected Chaitanya in their buddhi antakarana, that is called as entry. Many Upanishads say what is called as Pravesha Shruti. Tat Srishtva Tadevano Pravishata. Having created, he entered. Many Upanishads say that. So Sanishta says, and thereby Mattaha, from me. And who is that me? Here in this context, Sarva Karma Dhaksha. Sarva Karma Dhaksha. The one who dispenses the results of actions, karma phalas. Not an ordinary job. The jivas themselves are infinite. And their births so far themselves are infinite. The results of all these karmas to be given to that individual only. Somebody else's karma phala cannot be given to elsewhere. Only Sarvajna, omniscient Ishvara can do that. That is what omniscience. Infallible. No mistake can be there. What one does goes to that entity, that individual only. So based on the karma phalas, from me, what happens, says, of all these people, of all these beings, smriti, memory, jnanam, knowledge, apohanam, its destruction, nash, all these take place. Smriti. If punya is there, memory at the right time. Otherwise, you forget the right thing at the right time. Not desirable. It can cause harm and loss. Jnanam, ability to gain knowledge and retain that knowledge. If papa is there, nasha of this, forgetfulness. Of course, forgetfulness to some extent is desirable, but not forgetting the things that need to be remembered. Whatever one studies in Dharma Shastra to be done and not to be done should not be forgotten. In life, there are many experiences we undergo, undesirable. It is not desirable to remember them. See, we don't remember all this. In childhood, many things might have happened. Not all that you remember, except some glaring incidents, etc. It is necessary. So, but it should not be at a wrong place. Apohanam cha, that nasha is because of me only according to that karma. Not only that, aham sarvaihi cha vedaihi vedya. I am the one who is unfolded by all Vedas. Kathopanishad, sarve vedaha yat padam amananti. All Vedas unfold which principle? Is me. See, Vedas speak of endless things. So vast is the topics there. But the gist of Veda is unfoldment of Paramatma Tattva, Brahma Tattva, Bhagavad Tattva. Anything and everything that is told in Vedas is either directly or indirectly meant for the fulfillment of the highest goal of life, gaining the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. People not knowing this get carried away by the things only, the means only, forgetting what is the final goal. So that aham eva vedya, I am the one. Not only that, Vedanta Krit, I am the author of Vedas. Vedanta, Vedas and Vedanta. Vedas. And do you know how this Vedas? Not that Paramatma sat writing the Vedas, getting a scribe. No. Nishvasitam. Just how breathing is so easily possible, effortlessly possible. If you are healthy, okay, that's okay. Example is that way only. For a healthy person, how the breathing is natural, so come from Parameshwara, the Vedas. That's why Apaurusheya, not the product of any human intellect. So Vedanta Krit, and Veda Krit means also Vedanta Krit, author of it. Not only that, aham eva Veda videva bhavami. Bhavami to be added. I am the one who know all Vedas. Not that I have to study. They are just natural to me. That is why what means by omniscience and omnipotence. Omniscience, omnipotence, and of course omnipresence. Okay. We'll see the Bhasya. There is the second line. Vedaihi chais cha sarvaihi. Vedaihi sarvai. Vedaihi. Aham sarvaihi cha vedaihi. The cha can be smriti. Whatever that is unfolded that need to be known in the Vedas is me. Also, whatever that unfolded in the Smritis, Smriti Granthas, you know, the text written by great sages based on the Vedas is called Smriti Granth. Mahabharata Smriti, Ramayana Smriti, Bhagavad Gita Smriti. So like this. Both in Shruti, Vedas, Smriti, other texts, it is me who is unfolded. Let us see Bhasya. Read Sarvasya Pranjatasya.
सर्वस्य प्राणिजातस्य अहम आत्मा सन् हृदि बुद्धौ सन्निविष्टः अतः मत्तः आत्मनः सर्वप्राणिनां स्मृतिः ज्ञानं तदपोहनं च.
Sarvasya prani jatasya, of all living beings, which include from Hiranyagarbha to and Abrahma Pipilika Paryanta. And is only an indicatory word for any insignificant creature. Your amoebas also are there. Even virus also is included. Aham Atma San. Atma San, that is Atma Rupena, in the form of their Rupa, in the form of their Atma, the I in them, the true I and not the notional I, not the I notion Ahankara, but the Chaitanya as I. Hridi means Buddha. Hrud stands here for Buddhi, Antakarana Buddhi. Sannivishta, remaining as I in them. As a result, I happen to be the drashta, the seer, illuminator of all that takes place in the Antakarana. Before we as the individual can come to know what is happening in the mind, Bhagavan knows first. Because he has to illuminate. He has to make us aware of it. Without that Chaitanya Chidabhasa, you can't be aware of what is happening in the Antakarana. So that way he is a drashta. So, drashta of everything. So, Sannivishta. And therefore, ataha. Therefore, ataha means because I am the drashta, seer of whatever that happens in the Antakarana. Mattaha. Mattaha means from me, Atmanaha. Means on account of me. Sarva praninam smritihi jnanam tadapohanam cha. What a knowledge, a memory, knowledge, and its destruction, nash, forgetfulness, is because of me only. Of course, I don't do it arbitrarily. It depends on the karma phalas. That is explained. Apohanam is nash, destruction, ending of it. Continue, Yesham.
येषां पुण्यकर्मिणां पुण्यकर्मानुरोधेन ज्ञानस्मृति भवतः तथा पापकर्मिणां पापकर्मानुरूपेण स्मृतिज्ञानयोः अपोहनं च अपायनपगमं च अनपगमं
Apayanam apagamanam cha. Now, Yesham punya karminam, those people who have done punya karma, good karmas in the past. As a result, they have earned punya now. A result or a capacity which can give favorable circumstances, experiences, whatever needed. Punya, papa, reverse of it, which brings something bad. The human psychology, everyone, including Duryodhana, knows what is bad, but there is no inclination to there is no inclination to get rid of it or keep away from that. Everyone knows what is good, but no inclination to take to that. But as far as desire is concerned, they want punya and they don't want papa. The result of good karmas, they desire for punya, but they don't take to good karmas. The result of bad karmas, papa, they don't want, but meticulously they take to. That is the weakness of humans who have not educated themselves properly in terms of shastras, or who have no shraddhas in the shastra. This modernity is okay as far as few things are concerned, but that is not all life. Really, this modern world is an elusive world. Every era, they were modern compared to the earlier one. What a great deal. Things are changing, for good or bad. So that being the case, let us not get delusioned by this modernity. Better follow and get guided by Shastra. It takes care of our ultimate good. Tasmat Shastram is going to come. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavasthita. What I do is not guided by my likes and dislikes, raga dvesha, but what I should do and what should I not do should be guided by Shastras. Because even if you don't want to do, but Shastra says do it. The long run you can pay for it. You want to do something for immediate gain, Shastra says don't do that. Better don't do that, or you'll be punished. So therefore, based on that karma, punya karma anurodhena, punya karma, jnana smriti bhavata. In accordance with that, jnana and memory takes place, which is necessary. Similarly, in the same manner, tatha, in the same way, papa karmina, those who do sinful actions, papa karma anurupena, in accordance with the papa karma, smriti jnanayoho apohanam. Apohana, we'll see what is apohana means. What meaning is given? Apayanam. Its meaning is given apagamanam. Still, it's not clear for us. We are not familiar with this. We have to take as nasha, destruction of what? Smriti and jnana. In the case of punyavan, as for the punya, jnana, memory is given. Here it is taken away. Continue. Vedaisha.
वेदैः
Vedaisha.
वेदैश्च सर्वैः अहमेव परमात्मा वेद्यः वेदितव्यः वेदान्तकृत् वेदान्तार्थ संप्रदायकृत् इत्यर्थः.
Vedaihi cha. Cha stands for Smriti. By Vedas, Shruti and Smriti, Sarvaihi, all authentic ones. Because, for example, there are few Upanishads which are not authentic. There is the Upanishad called Allopanishad. Some publishers have put it printed as a was authentic. It is not authentic. Language itself says many, besides Sanskrit, some other language is there. Some few words of that. Some languages are there. Not all words, but few words are there. So it is not authentic as such. That way, the word Allah in Sanskrit means mother. Allah means mother. It is a Sanskrit word. Veda sarvaihi ahameva, me only. With that me, Paramatma. With that Paramatma, the Chaitanya, which is the basis of everything, the Chaitanya Brahma, in which by Maya the Jagat is falsely projected. Me. In fact, this Chaitanya is the very building block of our life, very basis of our life. See, without Chaitanya available in the form of Chidabhasa, reflect Chaitanya, none of our faculties can function. Because this body, as it obtains the dead mass, the one who enlivens it, Chaitanya. Any more indispensable things required? We don't know. Every thought of ours is made known by this. We don't know that. Every action of ours is possible by this. We don't know this. Every knowledge, every experience of ours is possible because of this, and yet we don't know it. See how great secret it is. That's why Shastra like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, or Smriti Granthas have to come and arrest our mind to make us probe in a particular direction, wherein we can discover what I am in reality. The thing which is the very basis of us is not known or not cared for. Even to know this, some maturity required. A lay person will scoff at it. What nonsense these people are doing, wasting time, etc. These people are parasites on the nation. All big word. Apagamanam nash. Vedaischa, by Vedas, sarvaihi, by Vedas and Shrutis, ahameva, Paramatma, with the Paramatma, the Chaitanya, which is the basis of every entity, every individual, and everything that is there in the cosmos, the very basis of cosmos. Paramatma, of course, from that avikari changes Chaitanya, Atma, Brahma, nothing can be born. But by Maya, it appears that the Jagat is born. Just as from rope, never a snake can be born. But not knowing a rope, it is mistaken as a snake. Same thing is here. Paramatma, that means I am the subject matter of all Vedas and Smritis. Vedyaha, the one to be known through these is me only. Yat sarve Vedaha yat padam amananti. Described in terms of Vedic mantras. One to be known. Tavya, potential, should be known. Why this should be known? Because that is the answer to your pursuit. What is your pursuit? To live happily forever without any sorrow, is it not? For which you entertain so many desires and work for it, etc. And in spite of best of the efforts, no one has succeeded in terms of do this and get this. So here, you are that, better know it. It cannot be created. Limited karmas cannot create limitless swarupa, which already existed. Tavya means this is the solution to the problem of samsara. Further, Vedanta Krit. I am the author of Vedanta, means Vedantartha Sampradaya Krit. Vedantartha, artha is meaning or teaching. Teaching of Vedanta, Sampradaya, that methodology which has been handed over. Why methodology? Because words cannot describe it. And we have to teach by use of words only. So therefore, different methods are adopted to make us discover what Swarupa is. Truly speaking, all these methods inherently are defective. But those which reveal our Swarupa are considered as authentic or accepted, even though in reality it is defective, because it serves the purpose. Why all methods are defective? Not because they defective the sages. Brahma is beyond the description of any words. And yet, we have to inquire and discover in a way that which cannot be described is what? Brought under the purview of our grasp. Sampradaya ityartha. Further, continue Vedavit.
Vedavit, Vedarthavit eva cha aham.
Vedavit, Vedarthavit eva cha aham. I am the knower of what is there in the Vedas. So that is how it is. This is what glory of Bhagavan. So these are described because we should not miss Bhagavan. It is a very warm and woof of our life, without which principle we can't exist. Not knowing this principle is the cause of our calamitous samsara. So therefore, from different standpoints, Bhagavan is unfolding our real nature so that if not one other method can be work. So in this manner, glories of Bhagavan, Parameshwara, were described only to make us discover. Now, Bhagavan Krishna is adopting another method by which the real nature of everyone is being unfolded. Read Prastavana Bhasya Bhagavataha
भगवतः ईश्वरस्य नारायणाख्यस्य विभूतिसंक्षेपः उक्तः विशिष्ट उपाधिकृतः यदादित्यगतम् इति
तेज इत्यादि
यदादित्यगतं तेज इत्यादिना
भगवतः ईश्वरस्य नारायणाख्यस्य विशिष्ट उपाधिकृतः विभूति संक्षेपः यदादित्यगतं तेजः इत्यादिना उक्तः described. What is described? Vibhuti Sankshepa. A brief account of glories of who? Narayanakhya Ishwarasya Bhagavat. Bhagavan, who is called Narayana, who is the Parameshwara Tattva. And how these glories came to this Narayana Ishwara Tattva? Vishishtopadhikrita. With specific upadhis, specific conditionings. Means the glories of Bhagavan with upadhis were described, of course, in short. Now, the nature of Bhagavan free from upadhis being told. Finally, you have to discover this, because upadhis come and upadhis go. But real nature always remains. So that means knowledge, in 18th chapter is going to come, knowledge has to be with upadhi vistara bhedaha, with different types of upadhis. Also the knowledge must be vidvasta sarva upadhi. All upadhis are what? Ended. That is a sarupa. So here Bhagavan is going to describe what is the real nature of Bhagavat Tattva, Parameshwara Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, whom we call, we means West, in whom we call as God. Because this God, we should be very careful in using here. Their concept of God doesn't totally fit in many things here they call as God. Indra, Varuna, Yama, etc. are presiding deities, they call God. Shiva, etc. God. Actually, God must be the divinity principle. Then no problem. Why? Because in their scriptures or the prophets have not elaborated this in detail. To some extent required, they have given the knowledge. It is only the Vedas, they have unfolded all this threadbare, thorough analysis. No room for doubt. That is the greatness of Sanatana Dharma. That is the greatness of Vedas. That is the greatness of our Bharata country. A unique place, which is the treasure of this highest knowledge. And yet, we are not proud of it. We ape the West. Now, slowly, they have started recognize the glory of this. Then our people will take it because they want something important. It happened. One lady had gone to, one student had gone to America long back. And she brought from there cashews, big cashews. From where have they gone? From here only they have gone there. Export quality, good quality. From here to America, from America to India back by paying so many dollars. Costly, because transport charges they have to take up and their profit. So like that, our people will take to Vedanta when they come and teach. Even now also, they fall for, what is that? Mindfulness, Indian variety, heartfulness. Few things they give package. So better know the greatness of your culture. See, that is why the world cannot be without the knowledge in this country. They may not accept, but one day they will have to accept if they care for them. And one thing special feature of our country, we may go to the depth of degradation, but we bounce back and regain the glory. That is, something is happening nowadays. The trend has changed now. We have gone to the rock bottom of bad things. But slowly things are changing for good. It will take some time, but not very long time. It's bound to happen. Better we make use of that period and know our own Shastras to discover what our Swarupa real I is. So, Parameshwara with Upadhi, glories are told. Same thing, free from Upadhis. What's the real nature? That is what Bhagavan wants to tell. Now, this was connection of what was told so far. Glories with Upadhis told. Now, what Bhagavan intends to teach, that is what Bhashyakara is pointing us out. Read Atha Adhuna.
अधुना चैव निराक्षरोपाधि प्रविभक्ततया निरुपाधिकस्य केवलस्य स्वरूपनिर्धारयिष्योत्तर श्लोकाः आरभ्यन्ते.
Atha thereafter. After description of glories of Bhagavan with Upadhis. Thereafter, now means in the forthcoming verses. Now, Tasya means Tasya Bhagavataha Ishwarasya Narayanakhasya eva. The same Bhagavan Ishvara called Narayana. Why? Because Narayana is there. You get Vaikuntavasi Narayana and not Kaidasavasi Shiva. No, Ishvara, Bhagavan means the Ishvara principle, Bhagavat Tattva. Tasthaiva Ksharaksharopadi Pravibhaktataya. Pravibhaktataya. Separated from, distinct from, Kshara-upadhi, Akshara-upadhi. Upadhis are divided into two categories. Kshara-upadhi, which is more destructible. Akshara-upadhi, relatively indestructible, not totally indestructible. Relatively indestructible until the Bhagavad Jnana is gained. Until Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana is gained, it doesn't get destroyed. Other one very often goes on getting destroyed as well. Kshara-upadhi, Akshara-upadhi. Akshara-upadhi, please don't mistake as totally indestructible as Brahman. Here it is Maya, Prakriti, which can get destroyed only in Brahma Jnana and not in between as kalpas. No, they come and go, they come and go, they come and go, they come and go. Not that repeatedly getting destroyed upadhis. So therefore, but Paramatma Tattva is distinct from both these. So that is Kshara Upadhi Pravibhaktataya. It's totally separated from this both perishable and relatively imperishable, destructible and relatively indestructible. Nirupadhikasya kevalas means upadhi rahitasya nirvisheshas. The one which is free from upadhi, nirvishesha, attributeless, formless, nameless, because no attributes, no form is no name also. Kevalasya, of mere chinmatra chaitanya atma. No upadhi, chaitanya, chaitanya alone. Swarupa nirdhidarayashya. Swarupa is true nature. Nirdhidarayashya. By the desire to nirdhara, ascertainment of its real nature. Uttara shloka. The subsequent verses arabhyanti. Arabhyanti. So that means in the verses 12 to 15, the glories of Bhagavan with upadhis was told. Now in the coming verses, that is next three verses, 16, 17, 18. Yes. Afterwards, conclusion is there. So that the formless, attributeless, upadhiless Chaitanya Sarupa Paramatma is being unfolded. We'll continue.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ।